A woman was talking on her cell phone with her friend, and she asks her friend if they were going out. What if she had spoken to her mother? So she tells her friend that everything was already organized and would go to her house. Soon a man appears at her window saying good morning. She reciprocates and asks how could she help. He says he's a car washer, and if she could help him wash her car. She says she doesn't want to and asks him to get out of there. Soon the man starts playing with the baby. As soon as she realizes, she gets out of the car and says again that she didn't want to wash the car and that the man was dirty and was touching her son. The man apologizes and says that he was just going to let her know that the credit card was in the baby's hand and that it had fallen on the floor of the car. She gets in the car, looks at the time on her cell phone and realizes she's late, then locks the car and runs away. Two thieves watched her and noticed when she left. Then one of them says, "I think she has a baby, is not good for us." The partner says, "Now she's distracted and our chance, let's go." Then they approach the car with a screwdriver in their hand and try to roll down the window. When the woman leaves the market, she realizes that her car had been stolen and remembers that her son Davi was inside the car. She is desperate. Soon a girl comes out of the market and asks what happened. She responds, "They stole my car with my son inside." The woman asks her to calm down and that they would find her son. And ask what car was it. She says it's a white car, a polo shirt with a child inside. The girl asks the mother to calm down and asks her cell phone to call the police. The mother says to the girl, "My son, he is just a little baby. I don't know what it's happening to him now. I'm very worried and he must be hungry. I'm a terrible mother." And the girl just asks her to calm down. In the stolen car, the thieves celebrate the robbery and one says to the other, "In this one let's make some good money." When they go out with the car, one of them looks back and sees the baby. Then she says, "Rodrigo chipped everything, there's a child in the car." Then his partner says, "And now what do we do? We're going to have to find a way to get rid of this boy. Let's leave him on any street, we can't keep him." Rodrigo says, "What the hell? A boy that big as we're going to leave him alone on the street?" His partner replies, "Man, I don't know, but if he stays here, it's going to be a lot of trouble for us." Soon the baby starts crying, and the girl says now he's going to be bothering him. Let's leave him at the door of some house, someone should pick it up. An hour later, the mother is still desperate without having heard from her son, and says, "I need to find him." The girl who is helping her says, "Where is this police that doesn't arrive?" The mother says, "We have to do something." The girl, she asks her to calm down, and the mother says it can't wait, and again, the woman asks her to calm down. So they enter the market and the desperate mother says nobody does anything and the police don't arrive soon. The girl just asks her to calm down. Soon a policeman arrives and asks if she had been robbed. She says yes, and that they had taken her son too. The policeman speaks to us. "Don't worry, I'll do the procedure here and we'll solve it." And he asks, "What car is it?" She answers, "And a white car, a polo," and asks if there was a child inside and if it was a boy or a girl, and how old was it. The mother says, "It is a boy and he is 1 year old." The policeman asks her how it happened. She says, "I stopped the car, then a strange guy arrived wanting to wash my car, so I told him to get away, and I'm sure he was the one who took my son and my car." The police officer says, "We will proceed with the information you provided and rest assured that we will find your son and that the police would resolve it." The woman says to the policeman, "Boy, for God's sake." She is desperate, she helps us and a child, and we don't even know what could be happening. So the policeman asks, "And you, who are you?" She says, "I'm just friends, I was passing by and saw her despair, poor thing." The policeman asks the mother to calm down and takes her cell phone and says that she will contact the central and will pass on the information. Upon returning from the central, he says, "And the next one is a white pole," and informs the plate. In the car, the thief says, "I'm going to fix this child now," picking up the crying boy and saying, "Now you're going to stay here," getting in the car and leaving. There was Herman, who was walking, sees the baby crying in the middle of the street. He picks up the baby and asks what happened. "And where is your mother? Are you here alone?" Trying to calm the baby down, he wonders what he was going to do. Then he remembers the baby, and having seen him in the car with his mother earlier, he says, "You and the baby who was in the car with your mother in front of the grocery store, I will take you there now." At the grocery store, the mother was desperate and the girl, who was with her, asking her to calm down, and that she was very nervous. The mother says, "Girl, time is just passing, and it's getting dark already, and I need to find my son." Soon the cell phone starts to ring, the girl answers, and it is the police asking if she had made the occurrence. She confirms, then they inform that they had found the car, and she tells the baby's mother the news, and informs that they were in the same place at the grocery store, and she thanks the cops. Moments later the washer arrives at the grocery store with the baby and calls her, then she runs to get the baby and celebrates, and tells the baby that she loved him very much, asking for forgiveness, because she had forgotten him in the car, asking for forgiveness. And she looks at the washer, and says he was the one who stole the car, stole her son, and calls him a little thief. Does the washer talk like that girl? The girl arrives, and asks them to calm down. The mother accuses him again. The girl says he was the one who found the baby, and he brought it to us. The policeman said he found the baby, calm down, and you owe him an apology. The mother walks to the washer and apologizes, saying that she was very scared as she had never been away from her son, and asks for forgiveness and thanks him for finding her son. The washer says, "Girl, you can't judge people like that, you can't see anyone. First you have to analyze the situation and think calmly, and know how to listen." She apologizes again, "It's just that my son is crying, and I'm in agony because I've never been away from him so long, I thought I'd lost." The washer asks her to pay more attention and says goodbye.